So another area of lack that has caused me to fail as a leader is lack of confidence. I don't know what you think is like, Craig, you're this person that's like always full of confidence. And that's probably one of the most common thing that I get asked is like, how can I be more confident? How can I be confident like you, Craig? How do you get so confident that, well, you know what? There are times that I lack confidence. And I know if I look back in those moments, if I have a lacking confidence, I've not been an effective leader. I've failed as a leader. Because like if there's that void, if I've got that void, like that lack of confidence, then I'm trying to fill that void of confidence with someone else. I'm trying to look to other people to give me confidence, you know, trying to draw encouragement from others. You know those needy people that are like, that ask questions of like, how am I doing? And they're just fishing for compliments. They're trying to be pumped up with their confidence. And as a leader, we should be the ones that are encouraging. We should be the ones that are lifting our followers up or our teams up. Like we should be the ones that are giving other people confidence. But if we're lacking confidence, if there's a void in our confidence, then we're going to fail as a leader. What's that void? That void of confidence is insecurity. And I believe that actually insecurity is one of the main reasons why leaders fail. I know, void, the lack is the number one thing that causes leaders to fail. But out of all the things that we're talking about lacking, I would say that the number one thing that causes leadership failures that I've seen, that I've experienced, is that lack of confidence, which leads to insecurity. Insecurity leads to us trying to draw on our team for them to fill us with confidence, for them to fill us with encouragement. And like, if you think of that, how can we be a leader if we're looking for other people to encourage us? We should be the one that's going in with confidence. Now, I know what you're saying. It's like, well, if I'm a leader, I've got confidence. But let me challenge you. We may have confidence in one area, but be lacking confidence in another. And it's that area where if there are any areas in our life, in our professional and personal life, where we feel like we're lacking confidence, then that is gonna rear its ugly head at some stage. You may be able to get through 90% of your time as a leader, but there's that 5 to 10% time that lack of confidence in whatever area it is will show itself, and it will show itself as insecurity. You know, like with me, I'm a leader, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach. Obviously, there are a lot of times that I have a lot of confidence. But if I'm, there's been times that I'll be in a session and I'll be either with a coaching client or I'll be, you know, in a meeting with a staff member. And if I'm asked a question that I'm lacking confidence in, and if that's an area that I'm expecting, here's the thing, we don't have to be experts at everything. And I don't mean you have to be confident in every single thing, right? But if it's something that I'm expected to know, that I'm expected to understand, and I don't have complete confidence in that, I get defensive because I'm insecure. I need to prove myself in that moment. And I find that in those moments, so the other day we were talking about social media, and Instagram is something that I doubled down on like for over a year. No, almost 18 months I was focusing on Instagram and built a large following on Instagram. And I found that during that time, I had complete confidence in Instagram. And I was sitting here with the team the other day and we were talking about Instagram and something was asked. And I found in that moment that I was lacking confidence in it. And in this split moment, I got defensive. I started like saying things that weren't accurate, just to try to prove that I knew what I was talking about. I started talking about other things that were kind of irrelevant, just to show that I knew what I was talking about around Instagram. And then I'm like, hold on a second. Actually, you know what? I haven't been in there for 6 months, so I don't know. And so for that moment, because I lacked confidence in that particular area that I was expected to know, I got insecure. I got defensive. And I try to fill that void by getting defensive, by saying things that weren't accurate, by sort of getting a little bit, I got a little bit aggressive, not angry, but I got riled up from it, and I realized it was coming from a place of insecurity. And so I just acknowledged, hold on a second, actually, you know what? I've been focusing on other things, and I removed that void for myself. But on top of that, I realized, this is an area that I need to know. So I went back in and started researching, started finding out more about what's happening in Instagram now rather than 6 months ago, because we know it all changes. And so now I have more confidence to answer those questions. Now I don't have to try to speak over other people, cut them off, because I have an insecurity, because I have a lack in confidence in that area. I've seen time and time again leadership fail. Seen in organization after organization, leaders cause a negative culture in their organization because they themselves are insecure, because they have that lack in confidence. Yes, they may be charismatic and they may appear to be confident, but if there's the insecurity there, it's because they're lacking in confidence in a particular area, and they know it. They know that they're not as good in an area, so they're trying to cover it up. And I'm sure you've experienced the same too in an organization where a leader has been insecure and has held other people down. When another person has risen up because of their insecurity, they cut that person down. Whether they fire them or give them bad projects or cut them out and remove all authority from them or whatever it may be. I've seen this way too many times, and it's come from this place of lack in confidence. So if you want to avoid being a failure as a leader, make sure that your confidence is overflowing and you have an abundance in confidence, so you can be confident and other people can be confident because you're confident. They can feed off your confidence as well. But they can't do that if we have a lack in confidence in any area in our lives. If there is a lack in confidence in any area in your life, you can do one of two things. Either give yourself permission and remove the pressure from yourself to know that thing. For example, I used to do all the production in the organization before we got a full-time production guy, and I had pressure on myself to know what was going on. Now we have a full-time production guy in the organization. I don't need to know anything. Anytime something's asked, I go, it's not my responsibility. I've removed that from me because I'm like, you know what? I don't need to know everything. So I can remove that pressure from myself that I need confidence in the production side. In understanding, that's it. I have confidence in my production guy that he can do all the work, that he knows what he's doing. So that gives me confidence around production now. So you can either, I suppose, delegate that confidence to someone else, remove that pressure from yourself, and just accept that that's just not an area that I need confidence in. Or if it is a core area that you need confidence in, then my advice is double down on it. Get to learn more about it. Watch YouTube, watch TED Talks, listen to podcasts, get an audio book, read a book, go to a course, do a lesson, whatever it is that you feel you're lacking in confidence in, fill that void quickly. Because if you are lacking in confidence, the ugly insecurity will rear its head sometime and cause you to fail as a leader. And we do not want insecure leadership. So I encourage you, let's avoid leadership failure by having a lack in confidence.